duendes. There has been an uptick of duende sightings, duendes, like pictures caught on camera, to the point that there are news channels covering it in like South American countries and Spanish countries. I will get to what it is. Hello, Mr. Fart. That's a funny username. And Jose. This is a picture of a duende right here caught on camera. And even this news channel in El Salvador, like they had, like the official news was covering the fact that a lot of the locals are claiming they're seeing duendes and they're catching pictures of them. If you might ask, what is a duende? So this source is from Astonishing Legends, but duendes are about 2 feet tall. They are like creatures of similar to goblins in mythology and lore. The lore comes from Latin countries. That's why a lot of the sightings are in El Salvador or in Mexico. The thing is, there has been a big uptick, okay? And I know the U.S. news doesn't cover things like this, but a lot of the Spanish news channels are covering it. Duendes do not like to wear clothes. Usually they are covered in long hair. They're male and female, and they're known to be mischievous. Duendes are very mischievous little creatures. They're known to be around children more so. This one went viral. The kid's face is blurred out, but the duende right here is a video clip of the duende running away. There's a video like of the duende actually running away, but they're known to be mischievous and like children. And maybe they're not the nicest of the creatures in the in mythology or whatever. But it's weird because a lot of these countries, Spanish-speaking countries, do believe that they are real. I have some notes here that I took earlier. Where's my little note thing? Oh, here it is. Okay. El Salvador, the news station this one's a little bit older, but the news station in 2021 reported that it was caught on camera, and that the person, when they took the photo, they didn't see the duende, but they saw it later on. Sometimes they'll catch it on video and camera, and when they look at the photo or the video, they'll see it later on, which is so creepy. You think you're taking a photo of your kid and there's something behind there, right? What do you guys think? This is like a goblin in Spanish countries, but a lot of people do believe they are real. I have my 2 live streams here. Hello, Joe and Robbie. And then let me check on TikTok. I have a few people here. Carl says, I'm doing everything you say, Vampire Lady. I'm glad you are. Hello, Nightwick. What are you talking about? We are talking about duendes. Gnome on YouTube, 2008. Hello, Lazy Sketch Guy. Let me look at, Emperor says it's not real. But the thing is, there are legit news channels. I speak Spanish, so news channels in El Salvador, in Mexico, covering the phenomena. There has been an uptick of duende sightings. There has been a huge uptick. A lot of locals believe in them. Thank you, Mr. Lamo, Screen, for the roses. I really, really appreciate it. I personally think that even though we are taught in the U.S. that these things aren't real, I think it's possible. They teach us out of things all the time, and I do think that there is a realm very close to our realm where things hop in and out. Thank you for all the roses. I really, really appreciate it. Carlos Valle says he saw one in Mexico City in 1986. Oh my God. Did you just see it running? A lot of people they seem to be catching them running, like mid-run. And I was in Spanish TikTok earlier today, and I was just watching. There's people who claim that they are catching them on camera. Thank you for joining my fan club. How are you doing tonight? I'm doing great, Lydia. Thank you. And then Joe says, hey, boo. Thank you, guys. Hello, Steven. Hello, Robbie. Can I subscribe? Yes, subscribe. I'm catching up on the comments on both of my live streams. Let's see. What sightings? So actually, I think I have the, okay, so there's a news channel called Arrojo Vivo. That's on YouTube, an official news channel that they are covering it in El Salvador. You can definitely look it up. And people are honestly scared of these guys because they are known to be a little mischievous, you know? You back? Yes, I am back. Okay, let me catch up on TikTok real quickly. For God loved, he gave his only son. That's really nice. Carl says, yeah, my mom said it. It was just a giant rat, but you as a child saw it as a duende. Interesting. Let me look YouTube real quickly. I think you're muted. Am I muted? Okay, give me a second. I have TikTok and I have YouTube. I need to make sure I'm not muted on YouTube. 1 second. Oh crap. I don't know how to. Ooh, can you guys tell? Okay, I am not muted. I am not muted. That's what I was trying to figure out. Yes, I was like, how am I gonna fix this? Lindsay says there's not much. Let's see. I'm glad you love Jesus, Lindsay. That's nice. And Carlos says I can hear you. Okay, awesome. And then over here, I have my 2 live streams. They're saying that they can hear me too. Let's see. Richard says, I'm looking for a person who is over 1,000 years old walking around hiding. Are you one of them? No, I'm not over 1,000 years old. No, you're not. No sound. Again, I'm not. Oh my God. Am I really not have no sound right now? Okay, this is lighting. How do I... I'm sorry, you guys. Carlos and Luis, thank you for being patient on TikTok. You read any Hunter Thompson? No. Hello to everyone tonight. Hello. Okay, you guys can hear me. They are trolling me right now. They're trolling me right now. I am not muted. I hear you. Okay, awesome. If this God is married, I have a boyfriend. They might be trolling Nightwick. Yes, they are. Sometimes it's hard to tell because you get like half of them saying you're muted, and then the other half they're like, no, you're not muted. I promise. Hello. Okay, so do you guys believe in the lore of the duendes? Do we have anybody from any Spanish-speaking country? Because this is more so a lore in Spanish-speaking countries like Mexico, El Salvador, Argentina, things like that. Their news channels are covering it. It's to the point where their news channels are literally covering the uptick of duende sightings. I know the American news doesn't like to cover superstitious things, but like whole communities in El Salvador wholeheartedly believe that the duendes are real and they are around. Oscar, thank you for the rose and the heart. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Okay, so let me catch up on the comments over here. George Orwell. No, I don't think so. Thank you for the follow, Randy. I love this stuff. I'm glad you do. That's what this channel is about. We just talk about different weird things in reality, right? I've seen the Hat Man. For those who don't know, this is me going off of a Hat Man tangent. For those who don't know, the Shadow Man, Hat Man, is a shadow that has a top hat that goes, it's kind of like Monsters Inc. He goes into like near children and scares them and feeds off of scaring them, the energy. Monsters Inc. reveals a lot, if you guys think about it. Hello, Lydia. Monsters Inc. reveals a lot. Imagine monsters that come near you in the astral realm, in the spirit realm, and all they do is scare you to get energy. That is so real. They're telling you the truth without telling you the truth. Why do you think children get so scared when they're kids? Also, why do you think they have imaginary friends? They can see into the spirit realm. There's good and there's bad, right? Let's see. Caleb says, bro, little troll guy. Wait, you saw a troll? Did you like, or duende, which is more like, it's not necessarily a troll. It's more like, a goblin, right? A goblin. Surf says, I've seen one. Okay, so I'm telling you guys, there is a huge uptick of duende sightings in Spanish-speaking countries, okay? in El Salvador and Mexico specifically, those Spanish-speaking countries have had a lot of coverage recently of duende. And I'm telling you guys, a bunch of you guys are Americans. You guys are not even hearing of this unless you watch the Spanish news. And Surf says, I've seen one. Ooh, what did you do? Like, did you like pray over your house? What did you do? Did you like cleanse your house, kick it out? Was it in your home? And then let's see. Lou says, what about jinn in Middle Eastern religion? Jinns would be like demons, right? Or like scary entities. I guess this would fall under that. I'm not sure. I'm not I'm not Muslim, to be honest, so I don't know exactly how they categorize it. But they are mischievous. They're known to be mischievous, so maybe, I don't know if they're like evil. They're just mischievous. Jose says, wonder, what are you going to do with me? I have a boyfriend. That's sweet, though. I've also seen sea sirens. Oh, my God. Who believes in mermaids? Who believes that the lore is based on something? Maybe there's something else down there that feeds on humans and lures them in with their beauty. Oh my God, can you imagine? Let me see. Mr. Water says, what is your subject matter? So I started this live talking about all the duende sightings that we've had recently in Spanish-speaking countries, to the point that it is being reported in their news channels. I did briefly talk about it. You guys can look up the clip. It's under Rojo Vivo. The news channels are talking about the duendes that even tourists are catching on their cameras. So Efren says, yeah, the Lord Melaku is one of the main duendes. I don't know why that sounds familiar to me. I feel like I read it wrong, but I don't know who that is exactly. Lydia says, me, you've seen the duende. It's all real. You want it to be. If it's all real, like if you believe it, you create it. Is that what you're saying? Nice work. Thanks. Vampires are real, yes. Middle Eastern, the jinn. See, I would have to do a little bit more research on the jinn. I have not done research on the jinn. No, I want to see a mermaid. Oh my God. It would be pretty cool to see a mermaid, but I hope they're like nice and they don't like try to eat me. Because the sailors have many stories of seeing beautiful women sinking in the sea with the most beautiful voices, and they lure the sailors into the water and then they drown them. But maybe they're actually nice. Lou Boat says, Monsters Inc. is about adrenochrome harvesting. What was adrenochrome again? I've heard that word. I've said it before. I don't remember the definition. Can you explain? But Monsters Inc. literally depicts monsters going into children's rooms, right? Scaring them, feeding off of that fear energy. Don't you guys think, like, as children see into the spirit realm, and they are constantly scared, oh, what's in my closet? What's this? What's that? I feel like there's entities of light and there's entities of darkness. And I feel like there are things out there that are kind of like that, right? Lydia says, did you see Tales of the Hood? No, I did not. What is that about? Let me see on YouTube. Brian says, good evening, gorgeous. Good evening, good morning, good night to all of you guys. Like your tea, thank you. Efren says, Melaku Pamela is Duende Lord in El Salvador. Did you know that? I did not. So there's like a Duende Lord in El Salvador. Have you seen that? Well, okay, what is adrenochrome harvesting? Can you tell me, Mr. Lubot? Agent says, when happiness is real energy. Yeah, well, yes, I am very happy. And I like spreading love and light. And, and I hope to spread my happiness to you guys, so you guys can be happy too. We can talk all about the weird stuff. My goal with these lives is to make it comfy. Like, you guys could just be drinking tea or whatever, laying in your bed, and we could all just be talking about weird stuff and hanging out, you know? When I was growing up, I used to watch Trisha Paytas all the time, and she would make me comfy. She would do eating vlogs, and I would watch that, you know? So Amanda says they are from Argatha with advanced knowledge and technology. What is Argatha? Can you tell me? Are they demons? I don't think so. I think they are just creatures that are from a realm near our realm. I feel like our realm is right here, and their realm is right here, and they can cross over, kind of like fairies, right? Some people like to categorize them under fairies, but they would be like darker because they're very mischievous. So maybe they're not quite fae, but they're probably from the same realm. The duendes that have been caught constantly on camera. Middle Earth, Argatha. I think Journey to the Center of the Earth. Okay, so, Victor says they were headed to the Lord of the Rings movie set. Wait, who? Oh, the duendes. Victor, that's funny. Eugene says, you're so rocking the vampire moment. Nice job. Thank you. I know you're beautiful. Thank you. You guys are beautiful and amazing. Lou Bateau says, Jinn are genie, some as demon in ancient Greece. They offer help on your journey in exchange for energy. Ooh, that's kind of scary. If they're feeding off of your energy. Okay, so let me see. Journey Center. Carlos Vell says, adrenochrome is made by your pituitary gland from adrenaline that global elite obtain from blood. Oh, okay. This gave me a flashback, you guys. So, okay. I am obsessed. Where, do I have it here? I don't think I have it here. I am obsessed with a version of Alice in Wonderland that feels like it was banned. I'm going to get to the adrenochrome thing. It was a sci-fi mini-series, okay? And I used to watch it over and over again. And I had the DVD at one point, but I sold it. And then I was like, oh, I'm just going to buy the digital copy. It's complete. You can look up the picture of, it's called Alice. And you can't download it. I had a VPN. I could not buy it anywhere. And then I had to pay some guy on eBay extra money for, because it's like out of print, they completely banned it. Like and I feel like it tells us the truth. Okay. We have, the food chain, right? So this Alice describes a world, and it's for adults. It wasn't for kids. This Alice describes a world where she follows this man into a mirror, okay? Like a mirror's a portal. And when she gets into this portal, this bright light brands her, letting everybody know that she's human. And she had to hide it, right? It brands her. She goes into a bar of this realm, and there's all kinds of creatures and people that look human, but they're not. And guess what they're selling in this bar? It's kind of like a bidding. 20 this, 20 that, 10 this, 10 that. Guess what they're selling? Human energy. She was branded in that world. She found that in the casino, they called it the casino, they had taken hundreds of humans from our world that would not be missed. Homeless people, people without families, people that were mentally ill. They took them from our world, just disappeared them overnight, and took them into their realm. And they drugged them, and they put them under a hypnotic state. And they had different rooms. And each room would produce a different emotion from that human. So in one room, like their feet were stuck to the ground. In one room, they're like zombies. They're making them feel like they're winning the lottery over and over again. So they would get that high, and then the energy would drain out of their feet, and they would make it into a liquid. In another room, it was like the energy of falling in love. But they're stuck there. They just feel that and then get drained. Feel that and get drained. Feel that and get drained. Not knowing where their families are. Not knowing where anybody is. And they were just taken from our world. And then they were sold to these creatures. The energy of ecstasy. The energy of love. The energy of happiness. The energy of adrenaline. They were sold to these creatures in this reality. And that Alice is banned. You can't find it. You can find the title. It's Alice Sci-Fi. You can find the title. But I got a VPN and I tried to re-download it so many times and I couldn't. And it was originally Canadian miniseries, and they named another series Alice over it. So you don't get confused, it's a new one. It's the old one. It is so weird, and I feel like it tells the truth. They tell us in plain sight. There are creatures that feed off of human energy. Maybe some of the people that go missing, maybe they're actually ending up in a different realm that is not quite ours. That is right there. Can you imagine? It is very creepy, but it's like I ended up buying this Blu-ray DVD from some guy on eBay, and I ended up paying him a bunch of money because I couldn't re-download it. They completely took it off. All you could see is the poster. What do you guys think? Okay, let me look at the comments on TikTok first, then on YouTube, because I have way more on TikTok right now. Okay, they're hobbits. Hobbits. They have been around for a very long time. So you guys were talking about the duendes. That's why if you study the supernatural, you will learn a lot. I know that's why I love doing these lives. Like, we get to talk about all the weird stuff and question things. Why not? Okay, I love you. Thank you. I'm sending you guys love and light, energy vampires. Shoot, you can buy laugh out loud. Is this fairy tale you're talking about? No. I'm talking about a TV show that was banned. Okay, I saw some on TikTok. I'm gonna see some of the YouTube, and then I'll go back and forth. Jinn or genie, same as demon in ancient Greece. They offer help and journey for exchange of energy. Will you live forever, Eugene? I was sailing. So Caleb says, I was sailing at night 40 miles offshore, and something kept calling my name and singing, but it sounded more like an instrument more than a human voice. Ooh, that sounds like a mermaid. Caleb, it sounds like a mermaid wanted to lure you in. When I was a kid, I would go close to the forest, and I would just hear, like, I live near the forest, so I would just hear, it was like music. It was like a flute playing from the forest, and I wanted to go inside and follow it, but I never did. There are no mermaids, says Samuel. The lyric says essence. Lydia says, okay, I understand you see demons. It sounds like to me they're energy vampires. Interesting. Absolutely possible. Can you make a copy of Alice? Oh, because I have the Blu-ray. I have to learn how. I have to get like one of those Blu-ray. What is that called? The Blu-ray thing where you can make a digital copy. And I think they're like $80 on Amazon. I have to do that. If I eventually do that, I will give you guys a copy for free. You know, as long as I don't get arrested. I mean, I won't. I think you're only in trouble if you sell it. I won't sell it. Are those vampire fangs? Carlos Vale says, some rich people pay for fishermen to catch mermaids and rich eat them. I've heard of the conspiracies on people in Hollywood are eating mermaid meat. Oh my God. I remember when it started going viral because some guy said he claimed that he was invited to some secret like mermaid, like Hollywood party, and they made him sign an NDA, and he saw this weird meat, and he asked what it was, and they told him it was mermaid. Oh my God. That's kind of sad because aren't they like human-like? Okay, let me see on YouTube real quickly the comments. I'm going to go back and forth. Eugene says, you're awesome. You guys are awesome. Felipe says, sorry, I hit a person with teeth like you. Okay. And kept going. So you hit someone and you kept going with your truck. That's not cool. Let's see. Eugene says, but they didn't realize how powerful laughter was and how much energy it can create. Yeah, like laughter, happiness, that in itself is a form of energy. Wouldn't we want to promote more of that, like love and light, right? Surf, that's funny. I like weird and humor. Yeah, it's just Beta's queen. Yes, I love her. Oh my God, I am behind on these comments. I'm catching up on both sides, okay? Let's see. The Felipe says, why you want money? No, I said if I get the DVD recorded, I would not charge you guys. I would just give it to you guys. But I haven't even bought, like, what is that called? The Blu-ray to make it into a digital version. I don't know how to do it. If I can figure it out, I want to post it online for free for everyone. I think everyone should see this movie. Okay. So Lou Bateau says the soccer ball in Monsters Inc. scenes is a representation of the adrenochrome chemical compound. The hexagon and pentagon are the visual map of adrenochrome. Oh my god, that's interesting. I have to re-watch Monsters Inc. And then let me look on TikTok real quickly. Thanks for all the hearts, you guys. User 300, thanks for the follow. Lydia says they have some vampires who will trick you this to drain you out, and they have good ones and bad ones. Ooh. Carla says, let's see. Cantinflas was a famous comedy actor who was obsessed with mermaids. Really? I don't know who that is, though. Lydia says, but just knowing you, you sound like a good one. A good friend. You guys are really sweet. It makes it delicious. A vampires that like to make new friends. Nightwick says, is it a movie or a TV show? It is a mini series. So I had like 3 episodes, something like that. I don't even have a Blu-ray player. I literally paid this guy money because I did not want to lose access on watching it. Because I saw that it was being banned everywhere. It's so weird. You can look up the title, but you can't download it. Like, I tried to VPN every freaking country, and I literally could not buy it. I literally could not buy it. And then let me check on YouTube. Eugene says, love your energy. Yes, sending love and light. I want to go vampire. Lou says, sorry to make you go on a tangent, but you brought up one of my interests. No, it's okay. That's literally, like, with this community, that's what I'm trying to create. We just talk about all the weird stuff and we hang out. And I want it to be cozy. Like, you guys can just be eating. Like, that's what I was saying. I used to watch Trisha when I was, like, eating alone or something, and it made me happy. Like, kind of like that, you know? We just all hang out. And I want it to be cozy. Okay. So, Eugene says, this is going to be awesome. You guys are awesome. Carla says, what year did Alice air? It must have been early 2000s. Early 2000s. Just look up Alice Sci-Fi miniseries, and it's not that they replaced another one and named it Alice, and it's not that one. It's the one that's like from like where she goes to Wonderland. It's like a white girl. Michael says, you have a lot of energy today. Yes, I do. I went to a Puerto Rican restaurant. It was really good. I loved it. My boyfriend took me one, and it was nice. Arthur, thanks for the thumbs up. Eugene says, almost like the back rooms. Sounds like Twisted Life, a fantasy. Ooh, the back rooms. I love the concept of the back. I don't know what it is. Okay, this is where it's weird for me, you guys. I like going into eerie, uncomfortable places, like liminal spaces. Like, you ever go somewhere and it's like it feels uncomfortable, it feels weird. Like, have you guys ever been to like the hallways of a mall? I used to work at the mall, so the hallways of the malls all like empty and bright light, and all these hallways lead to different places. And that's why I give ghost tours, because I go to eerie and uncomfortable places. I don't feel like I'm in imminent danger. I just feel like ooh, paranormal, ooh, haunted, right? Carlos says, like the airport tail at night, empty. Ooh. See, I don't think I've experienced like an empty airport fully, you know? That is very backroomsy, sounds like. Okay, so it's funny. Mr. FDA. Eugene says, every story has got his own way telling you what is going on around the world. They don't like telling us to the other side of the story. What do you mean? Oh, like they tell us. I do feel like a lot of movies and TV shows tell us in plain sight. Everything is in plain sight. The world feels like a stage and everything is in plain sight. But that's the cool thing about social media, is that you can talk to normal people. Like, you can hear our opinions, you know? You can talk to normal people and we can all hang out, and that's okay. And it does reveal what other people seen and things that they've experienced. and it helps take down the curtain, right? Of reality, right? Of the reality that has been sold to us, right? So Carla says, where do you go for ghost tours? I went one in San Diego. I give ghost tours. It's in Florida. Thanks for the follow. Hello, Curtis. Hello. Thanks. Not this time, Omega. Okay, let me see. Jambo says, the big stories to look into now are how many times the world has been reset. They're going to do it again soon. You think they're going to reset the world? That would suck. Well, also, we don't have to allow them, right? The majority is the stronghold here. We're the powerful. Don't let other people control your life. We're the powerful. And, talking with people online and in person in your communities, you're going to realize that you guys have a choice in how you live your life, right? Okay. But I do honestly believe that there has been history that has been taught to us has been corrupted a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Definitely corrupted. I feel like there were societies that were way more advanced than we are now. It is a weird thing to believe that we are the most advanced society. Okay, so let me see over here. Oh, thanks for reposting, Boo Bear. Leah says, I wish I had a time machine to see the Big Bang. Interesting. I feel like there's ways to view. Another live, I was talking about Project Looking Glass, and it's the idea that there was Project Looking Glass was a computer, right? That would tell you if you made this decision, this would happen. If you made that decision, that would happen. But in a movie that I saw, they depicted it a little bit different, where it was an actual window where you can just look. So you can't go into the past and you can't go into the future, but you can look at it and you can observe it, and you can observe other realities that are happening simultaneously to yours and how they're living. You can observe another you, right? Let's see. Eugene says, you're good. You guys are good. I like it weird. Explain what's going on today. Yes. We're just weird here. We're just hanging out, Arthur says, hi. How long have you been living? 501. Do you live in the Appalachian Mountains? No. I do like the lore of Appalachian Mountains. I think that there are lots of skinwalkers and things like that. There's a lot of encounters there. Okay, let me see. Carlos says 2020 was a reset. Wrong. Because 1/3 of the world rejected that job. Exactly. You get to choose. You can't, don't let other people tell you how to live your life. You choose. And 2020 woke me up. I was like, why do you, questioning things. I don't want to do this. Do you know what I mean? You just, why? And I never did. Nightwink says, far most advanced species we are. Ants have us beat. Ants are so smart. It's so funny how people, there's a lot of people that don't recognize intelligence that is not human, right? Other beings on this world can have their own form of intelligence, even like fungus and ants and all these things. We are measuring intelligence through the eyes of humans, but I feel like there's different ways to measure intelligence, right? Okay. So, but if you guys ever have Appalachian Mountain stories, let me know. Let me see. Still Me says hi again. Far says hi. Luba2 says, there used to be a documentary about the arid dries of Antarctica, and they depicted mummified remains of seal lions and mermaids. Ooh, that's interesting. If they find mummified remains like that. Thank you, Gold Magic. Eugene says, hello from Washington State. You have one amazing, interesting stories. Yeah, we just love hanging out here. And thanks for all the hearts over there on TikTok, Mr. David. I want to try mermaid. I don't. I feel like they're very human-like. Eugene says, got to try Alice in Wonderland in 3D. That was amazing. Oh, the Johnny Depp version of it. Oh my God, that's really sweet. This is my passion, the truth of existence. Yeah, I love this. I love just hanging out and talking about all this stuff. Drew says, help, I'm an addict. I'm so sorry that you're going through that. I would say seek help. There are a lot of places in this world and people that will help you. You know, I'm sure there's rehab and there's like social systems too. J Dad says, I've been trying to chat with the girl with another girl. I just read your. Michael says, empaths we are. He says, you're my kind of weird. You guys are my kind of weird. I love hanging out with you. Carlos on TikTok says, like the radio show with George Noory. George Noory. Who is George Noory? Let me see. Oh, no. One moment, please. Thanks for the follow again. I have both live streams, YouTube and TikTok running. Nori. Oh, radio host. Ooh, he talks about like, are we living in a simulation? Oh, that's interesting. I like talking about things like that. Like, is this a glitch? Do you know what I mean? And he says, you're beautiful and you have the most beautiful mouth. Thank you. You guys are so sweet. You guys are beautiful and amazing. Drew says help. Drew, I would say if you're going through something, that there's definitely, like you said, in addiction, like if you know, there are a lot of social services in wherever country you are. I'm sure you have access to them because you're able to write to me right now. Seek help with your family, with your friends, for someone that you trust. Thanks for the like, Carlos. Says, hey guys. Eugene says, yes, exactly, like the backwoods of my dreams. Interesting. The backwoods of your dreams, like the back rooms. The backwoods of my dreams, you found out this place is bigger than what it is. Ooh, can you explain? Have you guys ever astral projected? That's when you leave your body. You just says exactly. I love how smart you guys. You guys are smart. You're amazing. You guys are amazing. Ian says, do you believe we are in a simulation? I believe not like how they're selling it to us, like the simulation theory, where it's like, oh, we're in a computer. No. I think it's more like our souls picked this experience so we can learn and grow, and we forget how we are, like how strong and powerful we are. But it's a soul experience where we grow and learn, and we maybe connect again to God. But it's like in a way it's in a simulation because it's not our true essence, but it's not like a computer. That's how I see it. Eugene says, nothing like putting a little twist on history to throw it off track. Just because we are human, we have technology that which we could have had move forward in life. Yeah, I honestly think in the past we had more technology, and I think a lot of the history has been erased. There is some buildings that are thousands of years old that are so intricate and so hard to build, and so perfect. It looks like lasers created these buildings with all the intricacies. Like there's like no way like a chisel. Do you know what I mean? It looks like laser work at the end of the day. Lydia says, can I send you something that has supernatural beings in a book? Can you explain, Lydia? What do you mean by supernatural beings in a book? Eugene says, who's going back in time and still in your technology is the people that's the real genius without the government still in it from you. Wait, can you explain that a little bit more? Who's going back in time and still in your technology without the government? I think, okay, I honestly think that the knowledge is within you. Like through meditation, through connecting to the spiritual realm around you, to God, source, whatever you believe in, that knowledge is within you. Like you can access the knowledge of the universe. Okay. Michael says, with addiction, it comes with using spiritual needs as high. It's ultimate. Oh. Lydia says he got it from his relatives passed down to him. I sent you something that has supernatural beings in a book. What? He got it from his relatives passed down from... Oh, Zeppelin, thank you so much for joining my fan club. Thank you. I would say it sounds like it's an important book for you. They were in a castle. That is so cool. Why don't you just, like, I have a Discord. You don't have to send it because it sounds important. Wait, there's a... Oh, I ordered that book. Oh, so it's like a book on Amazon? Wait, can you guys explain what, like, a little bit more? Blood says, hi. Let's see. Eugene says, sorry, not a debate. Explains what history is trying to do to you. Huh. Oh, thank you so much for the balloon crown. That is so cool. Thank you. Hello, Zeppelin. Wybla says, I've been sitting watching you from the outside for a while. That's pretty creepy, but I don't think that's true because I have cameras. He found old photos, and also my windows are all closed. Like, I'm in a closed room. Photos in his uncle's basement or garage. You, Zeppelin. Okay. Okay. It sounds like Michael is giving advice to the other guy, which is really nice, you know. Reincarnation. I'm still, like, questioning what I believe fully. You have a soul family, like you, Paulina, you created. Oh, I love that. Yeah, I do believe we have a soul family. Blood Flame says, no, I mean on the live, girl. Laugh aloud. You win. Oh, crap. My camera's falling. Give me 1 second. No, why is it falling? Sorry, you guys. I have 2 cameras right now, and the one on TikTok is literally falling right now. Give me 1 second. No, stay, please. There we go. Stay. There we go. Kind of. Why are you wearing... I just do what I like to do. I love you so much. You guys are sweet. And then let me look on TikTok real quickly. Zeppelin says, great to stumble upon your life again, but I can't stay long. Love your vibes, possibility. I'm glad you're here. I'm happy to have you. It's okay. Okay, there we go. So, what were we talking about? Oh, Blood Flame says, before I entered your life, I was listening to what you were saying. Interesting. I don't know what that means. Zeppelin, thanks for the bubble gum. Oh, I know what you mean. You can, like, listen and then click in the live. I see what you mean. Thank you for the bubble gum, Zeppelin. Bye. Hard says, the most beautiful guy I've ever seen in my life. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Exactly. I get it what you're saying now. You're talking about your beauty. That's sweet. Have a great evening, everyone. Have a great evening, Zeppelin. Nice having you guys. Okay, so, this says, and they don't listen to me, can't give you life. I can't. I have a boyfriend, but that is very sweet. Okay, so we were talking about duendes, right? Duende sightings, which is so interesting earlier today. I think you guys are a new crowd. Lydia says, I'm going to give you the TikTok name for the book. Okay. If you want, just because I don't check my direct messages on TikTok because I have so many requests, I would say go on my Discord, just join it, and I talk to people on there. You call me one of the awakened ones. Aw, oh, sorry. Thank you. I can see that I have the same teeth. Oh, cool. Okay. Lydia. But that's really nice. If you want to send me a book, you can. That's actually really, really nice of you, Lydia. I love reading. It is a lot of fun. I have a lot of... Ooh, I forgot to turn on my candles. There you go. A lot of people think these candles are real, and they start freaking out on the chat. They're like, it's gonna go on fire, but it's literally, it's not real. Okay. So, what were we talking about? We were talking about duendes. I don't know. Here, there's a definition for duendes in this fairy book, but I don't know if I agree with it because when I looked into the Spanish countries and what they were saying with the sightings and their lore, it didn't fully match with this book. Leah says, no, he got the book from one of his relatives, passes down to him. Oh, that's interesting. Blood of Flame says, so you want to know one of the paradigms that I've seen lately? Yeah, tell us, Blood Flame. That's the whole point of this. We just kind of all chat and hang out. I think it's cooler because before, like, with, like, YouTubers and things, like, like, I would watch them at, like, I love the mukbangs and things like that when they talk, because if you're alone, it feels really nice, you know, and it's cozy, and you're just watching them, and it's, like, I used to do that with Trisha Paytas a lot, and, but with this, I can do the same thing with you guys, like, you guys can hang out, and hopefully it's cozy and nice, you know, maybe you're drinking tea or whatever, but I can actually answer back, like, live, which I think is so cool. I can actually answer back live. Okay, so, okay, let me see. On TikTok, I have some new comments. Blood Flame says, human beings are having much difficulty being able to identify what something is. Interesting. In what aspect? I do believe that cross-culturally, like, let's say, for example, we're talking about duendes here, right? Maybe a different culture would see the same creature and call it something else, right? They wouldn't call it a duende, right? In the Spanish, like, I went through Spanish lore, and, you know, they're kind of like goblins, and there's been an uptick recently. A lot of people have been seeing these creatures. Like, there has been, like, the news channels are reporting it. El Salvador and Mexico specifically, a huge uptick. They tend to be, this is a real kid, the face is blurred out. They tend to be around children, and they tend to be very mischievous, right? But then this girl, I don't know where this author is from, but she has a depiction of them, and it's a little bit different, so I don't necessarily agree with her completely, because the lore originates from Spanish countries, and so I'm going off of what they believe. But she does say the Spanish brought this fairy, she thinks they're a form of fairy, from Mexico and to Central and South America. And then she does have a few depictions. She thinks they're only middle-aged women in green robes, where this is where I disagree with her definition of duendes. Good day from down under. Down under where? Okay, thanks. Okay. Those fans, so thank you. I'm catching up on comments on both sides. Blood Flame says, especially when it comes to the spiritual. Yeah, I get, like, we can have a sighting of something, and we can call it something, because we don't know what it is. We're just like, we saw this thing, and I don't know what I saw. And since we don't have a word or a definition for it, we'll just explain it as something else, right? Plumero says, to Queensland. Oh my God, hello. And then Lydia says, did you ever have a MySpace or Twitter account? MySpace. Jeff says, good day, good evening, hello, thanks for sharing. MySpace is for grannies. That's funny. Followed, thanks. Oh, thanks for the rose, Loki. I just saw that. Where are you, Paulina? Says Plumero. I am in Florida. Do we have any Floridians? I kind of feel bad right now for people up north, because they're gonna get like really bad ice, right? Especially like what was I gonna say? Like Georgia. Ooh, the Georgia people, they never get snow. Like, it's really rare, right? So I'm in Orlando. That's awesome. I love your tea. Thanks. And then Blood Flame says, there's a tug of war between what is fantasy and what's reality. Why do you think that is? I think there's a confusion amongst humans because there has been so many lies from the beginning. That's what I think that is. I honestly think that from, especially in the Western world, from like very young age, you're indoctrinated to believe that the spirit realm is not real, that all of these things are real. The kids just have imaginary friends and it's not real. Everything, oh, you're crazy if you believe in this, you're crazy. So then to realize, oh my God, the spirit realm is real. Oh my God, that's a lie. Oh my God, what they show me on the news is a lie. Why is everybody... So then it creates this huge confusion for people. They're trying to figure out what is real and what is not real. So that's where I stand, Mr. Bloodflame. Kate Smith says 12 to 18 inches of snow. Negative 15% degree. Oh my God. Everything is real, says Search. Okay, and then I'm looking at comments on both sides. Alita says, are they spirits? The duendes, I think they are entities that are in, like elementals. Maybe they do come from the Fey realm, right? Their realm is right here. Ours is right here, and they can just cross over. Can I join your live? I'm not doing that at this time, Mr. Serg. I used to do that, but it was like I couldn't. Like I just like to talk to you guys like this because it was a little distracting. Search says everything is real. Okay, that idea, this is kind of crazy, but I kind of believe everything is real. I think everything exists in some realm. And if we can conceptualize, it exists in some realm, in some reality, in some dimension, right? That's my personal opinion. Leah says, I live in Louisiana and they told me that on the news. Oh my God, I hope you're prepared. Just, lots of food, water. And I don't know how you're staying warm. Blood says, we live in the between tomorrows, never promise for anybody. Between. That's why I like Eckhart Tolle. He teaches you to be in the moment right now. So, like, live in the now. Yes, of course, you plan for your future and whatnot, but enjoy the right now. Some people are in their heads, thinking the past, thinking the future all the time, and they forget to enjoy their life. Like, right now, like, I'm hanging out with you guys. This door's right here. I can hear, I can wiggle my toes. I can feel my hands. Like, I love this beautiful room. I love you guys. Like, I'm in the right now. I'm living in the now is so important. Okay. So, let's see on this side. You said big bad wolf. I'm melting 95 degrees. Oh my God. Wait, are you in Florida? But it's not 95 degrees here. Victor says beauty. Thank you. And then thank you for sharing the live, Jay. It's because of identification. Oh, okay. User says, we're supposed to find the tree of eternity. We already discovered divine knowledge. What is the tree of eternity? Sir says, the future is now. Yes, there's no past, there's no future. Live in the now. Of course, you plan for your future stuff, but once you're done, just live here. The cycling thoughts it's not good for you, right? You'll bring yourself so much peace and happiness just being here. And for a lot of people, that's hard. And how I learned how to do it is through meditation and breath work and pointing things out. The door, my 2 cameras, the fan, the fan. I can feel my face. I can wiggle my toes. I can look at all the beautiful things. I have like a skeleton over here. I have my water. I get to drink water. So just like pointing things out in my reality and finding the beauty in it helps me live in the now, in the right now, right? Okay, the future's not. Let me see over here. I'm looking at both sides for the comments. You need to stop telling people about us. That's bad. Loflane says, what if we were actually able to identify what everything was? But the thing is, perception is a thing, right? I could say, this is a bottle, and it is I think it's a very beautiful bottle. And I think it's very good because I can fill it with water, right? But someone else might say, this is a bottle. I don't like the color, so I think it's ugly. And I don't think it's very good because I have to constantly clean it out every time I fill it with water. So perception is a thing too. So like I try like to keep so like yes, if we identify everything the same, but everybody's going to identify things differently because of how they perceive the world, from their experiences, from the state of mind at that point. Like a very happy person, they're like, oh yay, bottle, right? But someone who had a really bad day, they're like, I don't care about it, right? So like perception is a thing, and it's perception at the moment, right? I could love this one day and then I could not like it the next, right? User says time is measurement of energy. Everything is energy with a specific frequency or identity. Yeah, I do think everything is energy. Let me look over here. I grow mushrooms and enlighten people for free. Not gonna lie, that's awesome. You have bewitched me, darling. That's very sweet. Thank you. Jacob says that bottle looks like a Toy Story Martians. I didn't even think of that, but that is actually pretty cool. Okay, and then I'm gonna look over here, and then I'll catch up on the comments over there. Lydia says, where is it? Where is what? The bottle? The bottle's in my hand, right? And the bottle's not here. Because I wish I was 16 again. The Eternal Youth Tree, the Garden of Eden. Thank you, Bobby Wolf. Oh, that's a funny name. For all the roses, I really appreciate it, Mr. Wolf. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Tika says, I love you. Thank you, Daryl. Okay, and then let me look over here. Thank you so much for all the roses. That's so sweet. I love that we get all hang out and stuff. Okay, oh my god, my camera's like falling. There we go. So, let me see over here. Sir, okay, give me 1 second. The camera's literally falling right now. Ooh, sorry. For those who don't know, I'm doing a double live, and the TikTok camera is deceiving me right now. There we go. Come on, stay. Okay, that's good. I think that's better, right? Okay, so Serge says, you live here with heaven on earth here now, or you could live in hell on earth right now. I get what you're saying. So yeah, live in the moment and focus on the good stuff, because there's so much abundance and love. Like the fact that you can walk outside, feel the air, see that sight is so nice. Like it's so beautiful. Plomero says, I boo bitterly boo. I don't know what that means. That's known as Ankino takes ducks from ponds and eats them. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, let me look over here. Blood Family says, I just mean identify the actual truth of something is. But that's what I'm saying, like, the truth is subjective to the eye of the perceiver. So, like, I could tell someone this is blue, but with their eyes, they see a blue-green, right? Like, truth is very subjective. Like, in when someone witnesses a crime and they interview 3 witnesses, they all give a story completely different, but they're all there because it's all subjective to the eye of the perceiver. Like, where were their mind consciously? Were you having an anxiety attack? Were you happy? Were you concentrated? Did you already take a side ahead of time, right? So you skew unconsciously things. So Pomero says, I'd have gifted you $5, but no super chat. Yes, I'm almost gonna get my super chat for YouTube. I'm on both sides, TikTok and YouTube. Soon approved. Thank you. That's really sweet. It's I just have to reach the 3,000 watch hours. Just watch my long videos and I'll get there. I'm almost there. Okay. So Mr. Wolf says, become the new title gifter rose. Thank you, Mr. Wolf. Of course. Thank you. Leah says, do you know they have doomsday clock they do not let us know about? Ooh. But doomsday clock. I think, okay, this is where my weirdness comes. Like, I honestly think there's many, many dimensions happening at once. And I think, yes, maybe there are realities where the doomsday clock is correct. Maybe there's realities where the doomsday clock doesn't exist. Or maybe there's realities where it's not correct. Like, I don't know. And what are they, like, are they basing it on the Mayans? Like, I don't know. And the Mayans calendar, like, finished in 2012. Mr. Ken wants to be a vampire. Lydia says, do you know they have... Oh, I just read that. What are we talking about? We're just talking about all the weird stuff here. reality. I started this live with Duendes. Thank you for the follow, Keela. Mr. Wolf, thanks for the likes. I wish I was immortality too. Have you guys heard of that? There's a theory that we are all, I don't know what the name, if I knew the name, I would tell you. I don't remember the name, but there's a theory that you never die. You just jump into another version of you. You're in a car crash, your soul jumps into another version of you and continues living. But my theory with that is like, but the person is still aging, right? So like, but that is like, I forgot what it's called. Do you guys know the name of that theory? Where when you die, you just jump into another version, forever and forever and forever. I do believe our souls are eternal. I think maybe they can do that, but I also think it's not always the case. I don't know. Let me see. Reality is, oh, I'm sorry you feel like that way. Emperor says that he feels that reality is disappointing. Sometimes your perception of reality is focused on the half glass empty. I feel like if you, as the perceiver, if you change how you see reality and what you focus on, you'll see that reality is abundant. And situations that are hard, we all go through them. Like, nobody's perfect, right? I have found myself finding the lessons in them and how I can do better next time, right? Or how I can avoid a situation next time, right? I think everything is a lesson at the end of the day. And I think there's so much beauty and abundance in this reality. And I think your perception is the biggest factor on if you're happy or not. Because someone else can have your life exactly to the T, and they might say that they have the best life ever, and the reality is abundant. It's your perception of your reality. There are people in very poor countries that are way happier than some very rich people, and it's all because of the perception of their reality. Also, I do think that the separation of human and nature was done purposely. We are one with nature. Go out in nature. Be a tree hugger. Like, hang out, sit on the grass, feel the wind. That's going to bring you so much happiness. Just me walking in nature brings me happy. Watching the squirrels and the birds. That connection with nature is so important to humans. Okay, so let me catch up on some of these comments. I'm a little behind, and I'll get to your comments soon. Oh, nice. We've seen them growing up in social. I think it's called sleepwalking. Sleepwalking. I actually don't know much about sleepwalking. I've never experienced it. I wonder what puts people in that altered state. Like, they control their body as they're dreaming. Ryan says, most times our souls come to earth with a list of things you want to experience in life. Yeah, I do believe that. But we have free will at the end of the day. So sometimes it goes unplanned. Sometimes it goes awry. I do believe I forgot what year was it. Was it 2016? There was a year where I made a decision that I feel like I wasn't supposed to make. And it changed my life drastically for quite a few years afterwards. And then I went back to the path that I was supposed to take. Like, I felt it in my soul that I wasn't supposed to make this decision, but I didn't listen because I was in pain, and I didn't listen, and then I had to experience something for many years, and then I learned, and then I feel like I'm back on my path now. And I feel like that happens a lot. People go, like, we have a life plan, and we go off the rails sometimes, but it's good to kind of learn from that lesson and get back on your life plan, right? Okay, so let me see. John Pace says quantum immortality is the name, I think. Yes, that's what I was talking about. There's a belief that every time you die, your soul just hops into another version of you forever. I don't know what you're talking about. Michael says, yes. Alex says, that's why I love growing my own food. Our connection to nature and what we eat is so important. Yes, I think connection to nature is very important. And if you can grow your own food, that is awesome. I would love to have land and have chickens, and I already have some like vegetables that I grow, but let's see. Mr. Wolf says reality's tough unless you notice the mechanism at which is occurring to predict the patterns. I do think in a way, yes, we live in a like there's a pattern to our universe. There is, and there's some predictability. I do believe that. User says very true. People enjoy rest and love. Need to rewrite the code. You're too goated to have 9 views. You're better than talking to AI. Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, that's what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to like build a community where we can all hang out. I've said it before, like years ago, like I used to, like when I was like lonely, I would just like turn on Trisha Paytas and she would be eating or talking in her car, and I felt like I was just hanging out with a friend. Like it was nice. And I feel like I want to be that for you guys. I want to talk to you guys and hang out, and we can talk about all the weird stuff. But this is cool because I can actually talk back. I can actually talk back. You're not just watching me. We're interacting. And I'm just trying to grow this community where we all hang out. Okay, let me see something and talk about the weird stuff. Mr. Wolf says, the reason our souls splinter in between dimensions is because the principle of uncertainty exists. What is the principle of uncertainty? Spine says, I hope my soul gets a better life next time. I deserve it. You do deserve it, but you're still alive. Like, you're still alive, Spine. You can always change your reality. It's never too late. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter what decisions you've made. I'm talking to all of you guys. Like, you can change your reality. Anything is possible. You just have to believe in yourself, right? Let's see. Let me see. Sure says, the zodiac is based on Earth cycles, so it's important to ancient kings so they can know the next cataclysmic event will happen. Interesting. Do you guys believe in the zodiac signs? I think it has some alignment. Like, ooh, can you guys guess what I am? Spine says, why the F are we such F-tards when we experience loss in love? Like, why can I not see that she, like, if she was the third and final true love? That's really hard to go through heartbreak, Mr. Spine. I think it's hard for people because it's like someone died in their life because you're not going to see this person. But everything is a lesson. And if it didn't work out, it didn't work out for a reason. And I would say learn from that and try to, like, once you heal, obviously, once you're healed, move on and try to find, like, someone that maybe you don't fall in the same cycle. Whatever it was that was wrong, someone where you guys both complete each other, right? That in relationships, there's so many life lessons. I've experienced that too. I get it. Victor says, I'm going to have you on a beautiful place. It's very fun. Nice, thanks. Justin says, funny laugh. The best way of learning is by teaching. That's true. Tigress. Plumero says, Scottish Gaelic blessings, deep peace of running wave to you, great health and back blessings. What's your zodiac sign? So they guess Cancer, Aquarius. I'm actually a Leo. Woohoo! It says, Blood Flame says Libra. I'm catching on both sides of the comments. I felt bad because I was looking at only TikTok and some of them left on you because I was not paying attention. You look wonderful tonight. Thank you. I'm going to look on both sides, okay? Alexian says, that's a big lesson. I learned after having cancer that I can choose how to react to things in my life and only try to survive what is thrown at me. I'm 2 years cancer-free, so don't worry. Oh my God, I'm sending you so much love. I'm so happy that you're 2 years cancer-free. That is so heartwarming to hear, Mr. Alex saying. That's so heartwarming. I love that. Superfluent says, shiny again. Yes, sending love and light. Okay, let me look over here. I'm looking on both sides, okay? Friend. User says, just sleep with, oh my god, okay. Yeah, you're a Libra. I'm a Libra. No, I'm a Leo. What are you guys? Okay. And Michael says self-love has to be 3, number 1. Yeah, you like. There's something about you. A lot of people who experience a lot of like self-doubt, and they don't believe in their dreams or believe that they can achieve or work towards what they want. It is a self-love issue because you guys can do anything. You're the soul. You're this beautiful soul. You can do anything. So working on self-love and believing in yourself, like, yeah, you know what? I can do that. I can work towards that. Like, anything is possible. If you want to open a shop, find ways to do it. Look at other women or men that are opening that shop and see how they're doing, right? Learn from them too. But if any, like, you can do it. You can do it too. You can do anything. Mr. Cat Pirate, that's funny. Blood Flame says, there's something I want to share with you. What do you want to share? And then let me look over here. Sarah says, I'm Pisces, but I prefer a killer whale. Okay. Or like me stay actually naturally. Oh, Daniel, thank you for the rose. I appreciate that. Superfilm says, Leo, yes, I'm a Leo. You guys guessed it. Same. Hell yeah, fire signs and Sagittarius, my dear. Alex says, thank you. I'm a Taurus, by the way, but I don't put much stock in it. Yeah, I think they're cool. I think I don't like necessarily read like the horoscopes on a daily or anything like that. I think they do have some truth to them, but I don't live my life according to them. I don't know much about them. I just know the description matches me and matches some people I know. Tauruses are cool, Miss Alexian. Some of my closest friends are Taurus. Okay, so let's see over here. So we have Jem. Thank you. So my little tormenta. Did you hear my little storm cloud? Our little scorpion won't be. What are you talking about? Okay, that's funny. Stefan says, oh my god, thank you. That's sweet. Yeah, check out my YouTube channel. Definitely says when it come to movies, they call it casting. They call it television. They call it casting. Like casting a spell. Can you explain that? And channeling. They're channeling something. I do think so. Our thoughts, our words, what we send energy to does create our reality for sure. Why do you think that is? That is, I'm sure. I do think like there are things that are put in plain sight so we can help create it. Like The Simpsons, they've predicted so much. Maybe they're predicting it, or maybe we're helping them create it with our energy. Thanks for the follow, user. Spine says friends within. You're Patty. Thank you. Seen the new movie together? It's 24 and very, very terrifying. I have not seen it, Mr. Spine. Alexian says, what's your favorite plant? I like to grow cactus indoor and hot peppers outdoors. Hot peppers, that's pretty cool. I've had cactuses before. They are easier to grow for me. I don't have a favorite. Well, I like, I'm trying to think. There's a flower that I really like. I forgot the name of it. If I remember, I'll let you know. But it's not a rose. I like roses, but it's not a rose. It's a specific kind of flower that's like very bushy. No, you're good, Mr. Spine. How old are you? 501 now. San Pedro's cactus. Favorite plant is ganja. It's funny, Jumbo. Blood Flame says, television casting channels think through this through. Television, so they're telling us their vision. Casting channels think this through. And bonsai tree ones. Bonsai tree, that's pretty cool. Is that Japanese? That's my age, including the Q. Including the queue. Cell phone. Think about it. What do witches specialize in? Amadeus says cell phone. Cell phone. I've heard the conspiracy of like we're all holding black mirrors right now. Your phone's a black mirror. Your TV is a black mirror, and they're used for scrying. Like back in the day, they would be used to communicate with other people. And isn't that what we're doing now? What if this is magic? We're just taught as science. I'm trying to remember. Laugh out loud. This is Judah. Aw, you guys are so sweet. And Spanish, I wish someone other than Benita could see all the beauty in me. Then y'all would realize how you guys are all beautiful. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, everybody matters. You guys are so beautiful. And you deserve someone that respects you and sees the beauty in you. And you respect them, right? You see the beauty in them. And it says, yeah, like how we are seeing people from across the world. Yeah, we are. We're seeing it, like, black mirrors were used to communicate, right? So isn't that what we're doing now? Exactly. You're a good one. You guys are good. Alexian says, any scientifically advanced analogy will look like magic. Not my quote, but it feels so true. It does. But, like, I've seen the theory, like, they make it extra complicated so we can call it science. So but it's a form of magic. Science is a form of magic. They just make it extra complicated. So it's hard for us to do it too, but we can do it. I don't know, something like that. Thank you. Deep Blue says, hey. Let's go, beautiful. I'm looking for my other half, says Justin. I have a boyfriend, Justin. Are you a daywalker? Am I? Dun, dun, dun. You know what's weird? YouTube has been acting up. I have so many people commenting on YouTube, and it tells me there's only one person, which makes no sense. Or 0, and there are people commenting, you're so pale and mysterious. Thanks. I'm weird. Sorry. No, you're good. Dead soil. Ooh, prosperous trees. I want to remember that flower that I love. There's like a specific flower. Poop says Mr. Adam. Yeah, I'm just like, I know I'm getting more views on this. Anyways, you guys, Alexian says, why not call modern medicine magic, but people from 300 years ago would have you were all wizards and warlocks. Yeah, that's true. And I also think modern medicine is not that good either. I think there's a place for it, but I also think, especially in the U.S., they don't teach you how to heal your body. They just teach you how to be dependent on medicine. So you keep coming back. They just give you something to relieve whatever it is, but they don't show you how to improve your body. Why is it imbalanced? Not just give me something so I don't feel the imbalance. You get what I'm saying? Unprepared Serenity, welcome back. He says, hey, I missed you. I'm happy to have you here. Amna says, the Salem witch trials was a fear tactic to depend on the government. Oh, I've never even thought about it that way, but it does feel like a fear tactic. It was just like normal, and now we're independent. Brian says, definitely more than one person in here. Yeah, I know. Alexian says, big pharma is bad, but things like MRI, CT scan, X-ray are all crazy good tech. Ooh, yeah, I see what you mean. Serge says, let's go down the cave, what we save for only special occasions. What does that mean? I confess what they was a crime. Oh, they did. Yeah, I'm glad they confessed it too. But anyways, you guys, I should probably get going because I actually do work in the morning tomorrow. I will see you guys next time. If you guys like this type of content, make sure to like and subscribe. I do TikTok and YouTube all the time. We live, and I just want to do it where it's like we all hang out, you know, kind of like this. It's you're cozy. Maybe you're in bed. Maybe you're drinking tea or you're eating, and you don't want to eat alone because I used to do that with like Trish. I would watch her eating. We just all hang out and we talk, and I can actually answer you guys back with this, which is nice. I can answer you guys back. And if you want to help me unlock my 3,000 hours on YouTube, just watch my long videos. Any old live, that's going to help me. I would appreciate that. And I will see you guys next time. time. Bye. Good night. I'm going to end YouTube first and then I'll end TikTok.